to shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Cloudy skies, 61 degrees in downtown Detroit. We've got baseball. It's a doubleheader, and we start with the Gold Division Championship between the Academy of the America Tigers and the Osborn High School Knights. We got a dandy between two clubs, Jay, that come in very talented, experienced. They were in this game last year. And let's start first with the Osborn Knights, 23-4, and they're led by a star athlete in Adolphus Woods.
Yeah, he's an amazing athlete. He's up for our male athlete of the year because of all his accolades. He is a phenomenal athlete. He can really throw the ball, and he can spin it pretty good too. So a lot of good excitement from him. He's just athletic as they get in the PSL.
And then on the other side, we're going to see Mr. Hernandez go for it. Alonzo Hernandez for the 18-1 Academy of the Americas Tigers. He's a special arm, and he's got experience to go with it.
Yes, he does. He's been in this moment plenty of times before. So what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of strikes in this young man, and he's going to deal with his off-speed very well. So he just knows how to pitch. So we're excited to see what he's going to bring to this championship table.
Let's meet the starting lineup. We'll start first with the Osborn Knights. The Knights will bat under their head coach in his first year, Damian Vela. And so, the Knights under their head coach, Keith Poe. And here's how the Osborn Knights will roll them out. It's Wilter Alvarez leading things off. He's the catcher. Adolphus Woods, who Jay mentioned earlier, the shortstop, batting second. Batting third, Amir Christian at third base. The cleanup hitter is Josh Williams. He's the pitcher as well. Daniel Conway bats fifth. He's at first base. Marco Willingham is in right field. Trayvon Brown is in left field. It's Antoine Joyner in center, batting eighth. And batting ninth at second base is Jaden Mabin. So we'll see the Osborn Knights first. 23-4, 17-2. And Jay, these two teams did not meet in the regular season. They were scheduled to meet, but they did not. And so now here we are, and they get a chance to do it in grand fashion at beautiful Comerica Park.
Absolutely, Chad. It was one of those rain games, but it was at the end of the year. It was setting a tone for here, right? They both was vying for, Osborn needed a sweep to take over first place because they were up, AOA was up 2 games. So, but it still would have been a highly tested game. And so I'm excited for this matchup right now, and they have a lot to prove. They were in this spot last year, and so we're gonna see their best, and they're gonna really work hard to get after it. So it's an exciting time here in the PSL, but I just love this matchup.
A fun one. Here's how the defense will look for the Academy of the Americas, and they'll have Molina Mendoza behind home plate, Perez Mata at third, De La Rosa at short, Gutierrez at second, Hernandez at first. It'll be Tobio in left. It'll be Carrasco Santa in center. And it'll be Via Maisad Cole Menotis in right field for the Tigers. 18-1, 17-0 in league play. Under their first-year head coach, Damian Vela. Assisted by Christian Vela, Miguel Ambriz, Christian Gutierrez, and Jordani Feliz. As the two managers are meeting at home plate and getting ready for this one. He's Jay Alexander. My name's Chad Bush. And what can you say about the PSL and baseball this year? How have things gone in the Gold Division, and what kind of things have stood out throughout the season?
What stood out the most this year, Chad, is the fact that we had 5 teams that had the opportunity to they play in the playoffs, and it came down to the last day. really. And I had to wait to send the brackets out because we were one game in particular, East English Village and Denby vying for their opportunity, and Denby beat them out, and Denby ended up going to the playoffs, the semifinals, and eventually ended up losing. But and we're here. But that's what stood out the most. We have more quality baseball, so I'm excited about that.
Competition level is heating up. That's all good news. Of course, this ballpark, the home of the top team in Major League Baseball, the Detroit Tigers. This is the place to be, Comerica Park.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of wins in this building this year, and somebody's going to sneak out of here with one in this ball game. Don't forget, later we've got Cass Tech against Detroit Western. And so we'll have that for you at 7 o'clock as the warm-up tosses are happening by the Tigers right-hander Alonso Hernandez.
Yes.
What can we expect out of Hernandez, Jay?
Strike thrower. He's a strike thrower. He likes to throw a lot of off speed, but he can really move the fastball around here and there. Not overpowering, but he knows how to pitch. Like I said, he's been in this situation before. He's going to go right at these hitters. He's going to challenge them. So, you got to love an old school kid like that. And, I mean, look at the Tigers right now, the actual Tigers. They're going right at guys and, getting them with their off-speed late, fastball early, establishing it. And so just look for him to do kind of similar. I mean, he's going to let his defense do a lot of the work. And so, it should be a really good opportunity for him.
And it is a defense for the Academy of the Americas. It's very solid, especially up the middle. They've got guys that have made plays for them. And they're okay if Hernandez wants to roll him a ground ball somewhere.
Yeah, they are, and they're led by Javier. He does a really good job, and Cruz at second base, and with that combination, and then in center field with Kenny, they're going to be, forced to reckon with.
They are, as we're about to see. These two teams go at it for the first time in 2025. We're glad to have it for you here on the Prep.
Yeah, we'll tell you, though, Chad, it's not going to be easy. I mean, Alvarez comes in hitting 433. Adolphus Woods amazingly hitting 723. And then you got Williams hitting 500. So, exciting times.
It's a hot lineup.
To say the least.
We'll see how they will cool this thing off. Or if they can. The Osborn Knights are ready for baseball. And so are the Tigers. Here we go from Comerica Park. First pitch is at 4:06, and it's a strike and a foul ball. Off into the stands, lonely stands down there. They'll start to fill in. A lot of folks still working.
Yeah, it's a tough time for parents to get here.
For sure.
Unfortunately.
Osborn got here by way of a win over Denby on Friday, 7-2 over the Tars. This is the leadoff hitter, Wilter Alvarez, the catcher. And Hernandez pumps a ball in, so 1-1 the count, just underway.
Yeah, he's fast, too. Obviously, that's why he's leading off. Normally, you don't have your catchers leading off, but this kid's very, very athletic, and he can really run it.
It's a plus. You can count it on just a couple hands, catchers that could run.
Absolutely.
Pudge Rodriguez comes to mind a little bit.
Yep.
Pitches taken outside. It's a patient team, and as Jay mentioned, the batting averages are gaudy for this Osborn Knight team. And Alvarez has been a guy that's led them all year, 433 average. Pops it up right side. Second baseman will handle it. No, he won't. It's dropped by the second baseman, Gutierrez. So that'll be an error on the Tigers. And the Knights have the leadoff man on.
Yeah, what you got to teach young players is you got to go back to the spot. You can't just drift, right? So to look at him, he never really established a position. So, and actually he didn't touch it, Chad, so it might not be an error, but it's an error in our book.
True.
For sure.
You're right. We'll see how the official scores score that. Like Ryan Woolley, the pride of Eastern Michigan down there doing PA and scoring today. So a runner on.
He gave him an error.
He did give him an error. Okay. So strike there, swinging through the pitch. This is the two-hitter Adolphus Woods, one of the top athletes in the Detroit Public School League. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. And time is called and the runner's going to have to go back to first.
Yeah, there you go. You saw a good look at his off speed right there, dropped right off the table. And, you know, Woods had no clue with that pitch right there. That was a really good pitch.
Lots of movement. A waste pitch upstairs. Adolphus Woods. We saw him in basketball. Only hitting .723.
Saw him in football.
We did see him in football.
And if they had ice hockey, he'd be the center.
There goes the runner. The ball gets away, thrown out to second base, and he is out at second base. So out is Alvarez. And so there's one out and a fine throw, and the catcher.
Yeah, good hustle.
That's Journey Molina Mendoza, and he slapped the tag, held out of the ball.
Wow.
All in one swipe. Ground ball to short.
Look at him come up and get it.
Handled by De La Rosa, throw to first. And there's quickly 2 outs in the first for the Knights.
It's a good defense right there. He charged the ball. He got the perfect hop. I tell young players that all the time. You got to stay low, charge the ball, and work that good hop, man. That was great. You'll see it here. He comes in, he gets that good hop right away. Most players will let that ball drop, and it'll beat them up.
Yeah.
Great job.
Base is empty, and that'll leave it up to Amir Christian. Christian, the third baseman, batting third and wearing 1. Big cut and miss. He was headed for the pizza patio out there and left, otherwise known as the bullpen.
Yes, he was. He's telling everybody I hit third for a reason.
Next pitch is taken just a
Yeah,
little bit low.
Yeah, he laid off that pitch, Chad. That was a tough pitch. That was his off speed right there. Starts up at the knees and drops all the way down to the ankles.
Adonis Christian, his brother, is also on the roster. Strike here. This is Amir Christian, the third baseman, batting .355. He's a junior.
It was a good time to come right back upstairs again like he just did.
Strike 3 got him on strikes. It started upstairs and it darted downstairs like there was milk and cookies from Mama on the table. Inning over. Let's go to the bottom half. Here come the Tigers in the home of the Tigers, Comerica Park.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
It's the PSL Gold Championship game, and it's Osborn against Academy of the Americas. Let's meet the Tigers, the champions from last year. They'll roll them out like this. Javier De La Rosa leads off. He's at shortstop. Cruz Gutierrez is at second base, batting second. The pitcher is Alonso Hernandez. Batting cleanup is Journey Molina Mendoza. Batting fifth is Kenny Carrasco Santa. He's in center field. Andy Perez Mata is batting sixth. He's at third base. Batting seventh is Angel Villamaisad Colmenotis, and he's in right field. Batting eighth is Fabian Hernandez. He's at first. And batting ninth is Isaac Tobio in left field. Under first-year head coach Damian Vela. And the Tigers come in 18-1 and a perfect 17-0 in the PSL Gold.
Yeah, Damien has done a great job with this AOA program, man. I just can't tell you enough. I mean, the first couple years they've been in it, they've made statements, and they continue to make statements throughout. I mean, they're building a dynasty. So, exciting team to watch.
You bet. So it's Alvarez catching, Christian at third, Woods at short, Mabin at second, Conway at first. Brown in left field, Joyner in center, and Willingham in right for the Osborn Knights. And on the mound is Joshua Williams, the southpaw. Jay, what can you tell us about Josh?
Josh he's a sneaky young fella. He likes to pitch around the plate. He throws a backdoor curveball. He's definitely going to try to overpower him at times, but he's going to come in too with that slider that he likes to throw.
He's Jay Alexander, athletic director of the Detroit Public School League, executive director of the Detroit Public School League in athletics. Want to thank your fine staff as well for all their hard work in getting this together.
Absolutely, they do a good job. We're excited.
All right, here we go. Javier De La Rosa leads it off, and he takes a strike. Shallow in the outfield. As you can imagine, it is a major league outfield, right, Jay? I mean,
yes, it is.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
This is not a misplay.
No, and it always seems bigger than a high school park, even though they're kind of probably the same, except for probably the center field area.
Yep.
And the gaps.
330 down the right field line, 342 in left, 412 to straight center.
And that's cut down, remember?
It used to be 440 back in the day. Then 420, and then now 412, and that's where they've settled in. The 1-1. That's an off-speed pitch, and that's taken for a strike. That's the old lollipop.
That's it, man. That's the one he likes to throw because hitters can't prepare for that, right? So
Man.
it's a tough pitch.
Looks so good, you just want to lick it.
Yeah, but realistically, they got to wait, let it get deep, and try to hit it the other way. And if it just happens to come inside, you stay connected, and your body stays connected, so you'll be able to hit that ball up the middle. But if you go up there trying to kill it, you're going to swing and miss and pull all off and hit weak ground balls. That's what he's hoping.
De La Rosa batting 255 on the year. Fouls it back. 2-2 the count. Of course, 4-3 baseball today. Some of our viewers are used to 3-2 baseball at times.
They are, but I'll tell you what, with the Gold Division this year, Chad, we went to the 3-2.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, we did. So they're familiar with it.
Ah. Are we back to 4-3 today?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
They might not know what to do with themselves.
Strike three called. How about it? Josh Williams with a bit of a hammer here, Jay. He likes this pitch.
Yeah, you'll see it right there. That's the Ephus pitch. Looked a little bit high, but but it was a hanger. So you got to foul it off or something. He's proven that he's calling that ball up. So we have to make sure we swing at it.
Pumping strikes. It's Josh Williams. So that'll bring up number 3, the 2-hitter Cruz Gutierrez, the second baseman.
Yeah, he's one of their better hitters too. Kid likes to go the other way and do some really good things at the plate. So looking forward to seeing what he can do today.
Josh Williams got a fine defense behind him as well, led by Adolphus Woods at short and Christian at third. Again, the outfield is shallow with Brown and Joyner and Willingham. Strike call. You mentioned he was a strike thrower. You were not lying.
No, and the umpire's calling it up there too. So they got to realize with 2 strikes, you can't trust the ump. You got to go after it.
Go figure. Former coach saying you can't trust the ump. There's the Ephus, and that's left outside. You mean that with all due respect?
All due respect.
I mean, you hired these guys.
That's it, right?
And you're still saying you can't trust them. I love it.
That's it. Never trust them with your last strike, man. I tell my little kids that all the time. I'm like, don't trust them. They know what I'm talking about.
Yep, no doubt.
Anything close, you got to be up there swinging.
Williams against Cruz, and that's going to get him on the fanny or the hip. So a hit by pitch, and that'll bring up the 3-hitter, Alonso Hernandez.
Yeah, this is exactly what they want. They like to manufacture runs like that. They're not afraid to get hit. They stay in there. They want to wreak havoc on the bases. Much traffic on the bases give them the opportunities to win, and that's why they only lost 1 game.
So Hernandez, the batter. Alonso Hernandez. The guy who's starting opposite of Joshua Williams.
Yeah, his slugging percentage is at 851. You know, he's a kid that can really swing it a little bit too, hitting 426 for him. So we're excited to see what he's going to do today.
Waits on that one, but fouls it off, and that'll go off the padding in front of the Osborn bench. That might have hit right in front of Keith Poe, the head coach.
Yeah, right in front of him.
Did that, and Poe didn't flinch. He says, I've seen those before.
He's old school, man. I'm going to tell you right now, they don't make him like Poe no more.
Yeah, I bet. So it's Cruz on it first. Cruz Gutierrez. Throw back to first to keep him honest. The first baseman is Daniel Conway over there for the Knights.
Yeah, most likely probably wasn't his best move here. Let's see if he's going to come over with a move that is going to get him.
That one is looped again, and tough to square up Josh Williams at this point. What do you have to remember as a batter against a guy that throws the eephus pitch, and he's not trying to use velo in his advantage?
There's a couple things you got to do. Is you got to move up in the batter's box, right? You got to look to go the other way so that you can, like I said, you can stay connected and stop pulling out. And the longer you wait, the better you are. So your goal here is to try to hit the ball the other side.
Hernandez hits it to center, right at Joyner, who makes the catch. Positioned well. This was a major league defense. That would have been a base hit.
Yes, it would have.
Instead, a solid play by Joyner and a good swing by Alonso Hernandez.
And Hernandez waited, and he waited just like I was talking about, and it just happens to float right down the middle, and he hit it hard.
Here's the catcher, Journey Molina Mendoza. There's now 2 outs, and the runner at first is Cruz Gutierrez.
If I remember correctly, too, last year, Molina Mendoza did a really good job for them.
He did. He was our G of the game.
Yeah. I'm excited to see if he's going to hit the piece of delivery sign here.
He's got that kind of pop. It's been a big year for him. Throw back to first. A little bit of a better move this time from the left-hander Joshua Williams. And they're going to call a balk.
Oh, wow. Let's see what.
So balk was called, and there you saw what happened.
Definitely like to see this again.
Well, ask and you shall receive. Long pause.
Yeah, well, he went straight to the plate with his leg. If he'd have walked it off faster, he would have got away with it.
It works in Japan. It's like a Euro step in basketball.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to teach my 13-year-olds right now.
Yeah.
The lefties.
Hey, it's a solid move. You can get away with it. This crew a little too savvy. This umpiring crew real savvy today.
That's it, right?
Even though you said not to trust them.
I know.
Swing and a drive to center. Joyner's all over it.
Joyner's all over it,
like
man.
a cheap suit for out number 3. Inning over. They strand a runner. And after 1 full inning of play, no score in Detroit at Comerica Park. Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Four, 5, and 6 due up for the Osborn Knights. Chad Bush and Jay Alexander, proud to be with you from Comerica Park, home of the Detroit Tigers. But today, it's home of the Detroit Public School League Gold Championship, and that's where we are. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Jay Alexander on color commentary. My name is Chad Bush. And the first pitch is fouled back to the pitcher, Joshua Williams. Williams batting, and he's facing Alonzo Hernandez.
And Williams comes into the season hitting 500. This is one of their big hitters. So I don't really remember him that much, but he's having a fine year.
He sure is.
Uh-oh.
Could help his own cause here. Umpire is reeling a bit.
Yeah.
And you don't want this to happen to anyone. Crowd.
Oh,
it was a double whammy.
Double.
Went off
right
the top
there.
of the
Yeah.
catcher and then. Ugh. So 0-2 the count to the 500 hitter Williams, and he loops it to second, and the slow looper is thrown out to first. Fine play at second base by Cruz Gutierrez.
Yeah, and Cruz came in real hard, charged the ball, so he was really, and a lot of times this is one of those tough ones when you get jammed. It's got a weird spin, but he sat there and put his body in front of it and made the play easily.
And things are a little bit more challenging when you're a young man. You're playing in this field.
Absolutely.
I mean, your nerves are there, and it's very easy to be over anxious and make a play like that on an easy play. But good to see the patience and the maturity and calmness.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that'll bring up Daniel Conway, the first baseman.
Plus, the great thing here, Chad, is you're not going to get any bad bounces.
Yeah.
Everything you get is going to be a true hop.
Right. Yeah. Heather Nabazny is going to make sure of that. They do have the tarp part here, and, you know, I don't love that. I've been very clear on that, but I do understand it.
Absolutely.
How does that impact this game?
It doesn't really. It's just the aesthetics and them trying to protect their field, which is understandable, but what it really doesn't. I mean, the only thing that it could do potentially, it just depends on if you had a lot of velo, it skips off there and skips up, could possibly hit the pitcher, right?
What about laying down a bunt on that thing? It's got to be tough to stop on.
That's the other thing, right?
Maybe.
That's a good call. So, yeah, no, it would be because it's going to continue to roll.
I know a guy like you'd be bunting like crazy.
I would, I know.
That pitch just missed inside.
Yeah,
good eye by Mr. Daniel Conway, the first baseman.
I am surprised. He's been calling that a strike all day so far.
He has. Full count pitch with one out. And he let that one go. So the zone getting a little tight. And Conway takes advantage with a one-out walk. Here's another look. At that location, it was close. So Conway on at first. That'll bring up Willingham, the right fielder.
Squares around the bunt here. A little old school baseball by Coach Poe.
You think they were listening to us?
Absolutely.
Are they watching the game down there in the dugout?
They might be.
I don't blame them. That's a balk, yes, sir. So Conway.
Not if he stepped off. It's not. I don't think he knew if he stepped off.
Well, and I think Damian Vela wants the same explanation here, and he's going to try to get these umpires together. Here's another look at what happened.
Yeah, he stepped off. He couldn't see that.
Yep. And they are going to change the call. So good communication. Officials get it right. And sure enough, he stepped off.
Umpires sporting the PSL logo on the right there, Chad, I might say.
Oh,
that's awesome.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah, man.
Can we get a shot of the umpire's side of the hat again? Squares to bunt. Did he go? Yes, he did. Willingham did not pull it back in time. This is Alonso Hernandez, the right-handed pitcher for the Tigers. The 1-1. Squares to bunt again, and he did not connect and pull it back. Strike 2 on Willingham.
Yeah, just a poor attempt at the bunt there. You know, you got to square around, give yourself up, and see it down.
Pitch is low. Osborn looking to win their 4th straight game. They've only lost 4 games on the year, 2 in league play. The 2 in league play were to Communication Media Arts, or CMA as the people in the know say. The other loss was to Ferndale. The other loss in play was to Cass Tech. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. 2 are out. So Willingham, who was behind really the entire at bat after squaring a bunt and unable to get it back.
Absolutely.
And stresses how important bunting is, Jay.
Big time. It's big time. And it's very important that you really stay in there and give yourself up.
So here's Trayvon Brown, the left-handed batting left fielder. With the runner on first. Swing and a miss. All the right juices right now by Alonso Hernandez, Jay.
Yeah, he is really pumping in the strike zone. I told you, he's a strike thrower.
Throws another one. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Hernandez with 2 Ks in the inning. His 3rd for the ball game. Nothing across as we go to the home half of the 2nd in the PSL Championship.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
That's the Academy of Americas and the Tigers. How about it? 18-1, 17-0. Perfection in the PSL. Out of Division III in the gold. About 300 students in this school. Just 8 years since they've had a high school. And 2-time PSL City champ. Looking to go back-to-back. Deion Cowens, an honorary notable alum. Of course, it's a new school and not as many graduates. And
That's right.
Deion has really done a nice job there as the athletic coordinator.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And he has a good support system. Principal Nicholas Brown does a phenomenal job with that school, constantly involved at what's going on. And, you know, that school just continued to flourish throughout the district. So we are proud of Academy of Americas and proud of what they do over there.
Wasn't always a high school, right?
No.
That's a newer portion of it.
That is correct.
So here is Kenny Carrasco-Santa. And he looks at one downstairs. 1-1 the count. Joshua Williams back on the bump. He's thrown 19 pitches in this game. This game has not seen a hit yet. But
I would like to see him try to drag a bunt here with the left-handed pitcher falling off to the third base side, and you know, get it past the pitcher, and you know, it'll be tough for him to get back and to get to first base. But that's kind of a lost art. You know, not a lot of guys do that anymore. One of the guys I used to coach back in the day, who's actually the community person here, actually just got another promotion, Matt Williams.
Oh, yeah.
He could drag with the best of them.
Oh, he was so good.
Oh, man, I would see him bounce the ball right in front of the second baseman area and make it to first. He was so fast and so smooth.
I remember calling a lot of those games. They were fun to watch. Matt, leadoff hitter, number one, I believe.
Number one, that's right.
Second base?
Yeah, shortstop.
Shortstop, okay.
Switch hitting shortstop.
I don't know how you got him, but
yeah,
it was a good steal. Out of Royal Oak Shrine.
That's right. That's right.
Some things you just don't forget, Jay. I forget a lot of things. My wife will ask me 100 things a day, and I will not forget Matt Williams went to Royal Oak Shrine.
That's it.
From 15 years ago.
That's too funny.
That's a souvenir upstairs for somebody. Fan from Hamtramck will take it home.
With the pierogi that has stopped by.
That's right. Uh-huh. The duck soup.
Duck
so
soup? I don't think I've had that before.
No?
Chad. No.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to go together sometime.
All right.
Carrasco-Santa looks at one up and away. It is a walk. So the Tigers lead off the home half of the second with a runner on, and that'll bring up the six-hitter Andy Perez-Mata, the third baseman.
Yeah, you know, you want to go after left-handed hitters if you're a left-handed pitcher. Those are the ones that you got to get. You got to go right at them. It's hard to see from the angle. Just got to really go after them. Walks, you know, you can't defense walks, Chad, and walks normally score, especially leadoff and two-out walks. And I can't tell you how many times both of those have scored.
The percentages are high. There goes the runner, swung on, ground ball, fair ball down the line. That's trouble. How about it? Kenny's going to round third. Kenny Carrasco-Santa's going to score. Angel via Masad Coleman Otis with an RBI double for the Tigers to give them a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, he hit that ball hard right down the line, and then when they got it over to the corner, Karam, then left fielder misplayed it. And that allowed him to score.
Sinai right down that line, and no chance for Christian to get to it. And the trot home from Carrasco-Santa. So, that leadoff walk you talked about already paying dividends for the Tigers.
Yes, it is.
This one's grounded to third. Scooped up by Christian. Throw to first. Out. The advancement to third on the throw by Andy Perez-Mata.
Yeah, good play here. Look the runner back and go right to first. You know, and nothing you can do with the runner. Just got to make sure you get the out.
See. Strike called. So Perez-Mata at third base. And this is Angel via my side, Colomentis. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, he wanted all of that. It's a good off-speed pitch. He was out. Hitter was out in front of that. It was a really tough call. I mean, tough pitch to swing at, but he fooled him.
Yes, sir. Strike call. Got him. So via my side, Colmeotis is out, and that'll bring up number 16, Fabian Hernandez.
He really didn't like that call at all. He stood there for a second.
Yeah, I want to see that one again, he says.
Yeah.
Here we get to see it.
He's been calling that.
He has that high strike
Yeah,
on the
man.
break.
Is this Fabian here?
Yeah, Fabian Hernandez, the batter. Swing and a miss on the Williams pitch. 1 run in on the RBI double by Andy Perez-Mata.
Yeah. And Fabian really wanted that ball right there. He took a big rip at that. He was like, it was time to eat.
Ground ball to short. Woods up with it, throw to first, and out. So 1 run scores on the double. It's 1-0. Academy of the Americas trying to go back-to-back for the title here in Detroit.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Detroit Osborn, 23-4, 17-2 out of the Gold Division, Division 3 in the state of Michigan in the MHSAA, 439 public co-ed, and the Gold Division champions in 22 and 16, runners-up in 24, 23, 17, 15, and 14. Notable alum, Mark Gamage, 1979 grad. He was a 5th-round pick and played 4 years in the system for the professional baseball club, the Texas Rangers. Pitches outside the zone, so this is number 11, Antoine Joyner, the center fielder, the number 8 hitter for Detroit Osborn.
Yeah, he's going to look to draw some walks here. You know, he's a kid that's very patient at the plate, fast. His job is to get on and just wreak havoc on the bases. So he may not swing at a lot of pitches here.
He's wise not to swing at that one. He's ahead in the count, 3-1.
Absolutely. And see what you got to do at the bottom half of the lineup. You got to go right at these guys, right? You got to make them earn their way. Walking them is not an option. That's how you get yourself in serious trouble.
It was trouble last inning, as you promised. Then we'll see if it's trouble here. But it's a walk for Osborn.
Yeah, we call that a cardinal sin, right? Your team just scored a run and then you walk the leadoff guy. If that was me and Everson was on the mound, I'd go out there and scream at him.
You got to let them know how you feel sometimes.
That's it.
Joyner takes off, throw down to second, and they don't have a chance. It's a stolen base for Joyner, so it hurts even more. The throw down from the catcher, Molina Mendoza, was well off track. And there you go, scoring position now for Jaden Maben, the second baseman.
Yeah, this is Jaden Maben. He's a lifer here at Osborn. Seems like he's been at Osborn like 100 years, man. He's one of their brightest stars out there at Osborn. He's a fun kid. He's got a great personality. You know, he does the camera for all the other sports. He's a center on the football team and nose tackle.
Okay.
Just a gritty kid. I love this kid, man.
Batting .279 on the year and selective in his approach. And all of a sudden, Alonso Hernandez hasn't been able to find the zone, Jay.
I know, yeah. It's really, really weird. Wow.
And so perhaps the yips for Hernandez, and that'll flip to the top of the lineup. And here comes Wilter Alvarez, the catcher.
Yeah, man, that's not good here. Let me just tell you right now, you don't want to walk the 8th and 9th hitters at all. And then you got these big animals up here. You got the little Bambis on the bases, so now you got the big old beast ready to eat.
There's some combustion going to happen somewhere.
That's right. Here's what I would think about doing too with Adolphus Woods up. I would think about bunt for a hit here. Worst case scenario, you move the runners up, and you know, with Alvarez, I would think about bunting for a hit because Adolphus Woods is on deck, you know, at least you move the runners, but you could possibly get yourself a hit and bases loaded with no outs. So,
just a freshman, and Wilter Alvarez, but a big year, .433 average.
Yeah.
Behind here, 0-2. Hernandez comes back to strike him out in 3 pitches.
Wow, that's a big out, and good job for Hernandez, man. That's a big out for him right there. He just drops this deuce right there. Boom. The table just fell right underneath.
Runners at first and second, now 1 out. And that'll bring up Adolphus Woods in a clutch situation and a guy that enjoys this kind of moment, Jay.
He is definitely no stranger to high pressure moments, boy. Let me just tell you. I've seen this kid on the quarterback as a quarterback. I've seen him on the basketball court. This kid is always want to be in the middle of attention.
Ground ball wide, third. Keith Poe takes a look at it.
I think he did a good job right there, actually, on that pitch. I wouldn't have swung at it, but he waited patiently and didn't try to do too much with it. So now he's got to shorten up and put the ball in play for his team.
Maben at first, Joyner at second. The pitcher, Alonso Hernandez. Ground ball sharply to short, through the wickets of Javier. That's going to roll. Into score comes Joyner. Maben will hold it third. We'll see how they score it. Most likely an error for the shortstop, but it's tied the game at 1 aside.
Yeah, that ball was hit really hard, and the shortstop did not do a good job of getting in front of that ball. Very disappointing with that, especially with De La Rosa, is normally a steady infielder. It hit hard right at him and just didn't get down. Just didn't get down.
So that'll bring up Amir Christian with a runner at second and third and still just 1 out. Osborn answering back, taking advantage of that leadoff walk.
Absolutely. You can't defense walks, Chad. I tell you right now all the time. Make them hit their way on.
Big cut and a miss. And Christian was licking his chops.
He is licking that Little Caesars delivery, pizza.
Yeah.
You better settle down and just try to hit the ball the opposite way so you can get the runs in.
Yep.
But again, you know what? You got one big hack, you got one for the team, and then you got to fight after that.
Osborn picked up a big win over Martin Luther King for their first time in 13 years, as that one's fouled back. They knocked off MLK for the first time in 13 years. They knocked off Southfield A&T for the first time in school history.
Wow. Wow.
Sharply and just wide to Keith Poe.
Yeah, I think the Osborn big hitters, the big three as I call them, I think they're really, at the second time through, they're really being patient, and they're seeing that curveball up, and they're going after it because they have not hit the curveball soft. I'll just say that.
Oh, for sure.
They've been banging that curveball.
Christian batting batting 355 on the year. Cut to miss there. 2-2. 1-1 game. Osborn has struck back with 1 run here in the third. Woods off a second, Maben off a third. Christian awaits the Hernandez pitch. Got him on the front shoulder, and then it got the umpire again. and
he's been a ball magnet today.
Man. Amir Christian looks back and says, "Are you good?" He says, "Yeah, are you? Let's go." There's another look.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
we get a mound visit now.
Yeah, not bad though. I'll tell you what, Chad. That you don't give him that much of a good pitch to hit with a base open. So, if you want to lower your pitch count, you just go right and hit him, get it out of the way.
Yeah, that's it.
But no, not a bad idea to walk him, so to speak, to hit him. Just the problem is you got another big hitter coming up, so pick your poison. But now you got to force at any bag. So a ground ball gets you 2 here, get you out of an inning that looks big. Looked like it could have been a bigger inning.
Yeah.
And I think Josh Williams, the unfortunate part, is hitting 500. So good luck.
Got it. Long meeting in the mound. The staff is comprised of Christian Vela and also, and that's his brother, and Miguel Ambriz. And they were teammates of his at Western.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 assistant coaches that played for him last year.
Yep.
And Feliz and Gutierrez. So nice blend of young staff and guys that have been connected and playing for years.
Yeah. Well, that's going to breed younger guys coming into the program, right? They're going to see some baseball guys there, and guys are going to want to come and play there.
Yep. So here's Josh Williams, the power hitter, the 4-hitter, and the opposing pitcher to Hernandez. He'd love to blow one open here. Bases loaded. Christian at first, Woods at second, Maben at third. And it's low again, 2-0 for Hernandez after that long conversation, who just can't find the zone in this inning, Jay.
Yeah, it's kind of a little disturbing here, and you just wonder what's going on with him. Is the moment getting too big, or is he just mechanically just struggling? But that pitch right there looked good. Mechanics look sound.
Williams swinging 2-0. He was going for it.
He was going for it. And that pitch was down in the zone.
Yeah.
And that's where he needs to be to get those hitters out, especially now with bases loaded. You need ground ball here.
Pitcher's pitch. Double play depth. Fine stop by the catcher, Journey Molina Mendoza, who saved a run there.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He's been solid all year for them. And that's why he felt confident throwing that ball, that breaking ball.
3-1. A ball drives in a run and gives Osborn the lead. But a comeback strike down the heart of the plate and a little bit off speed.
Yeah, he mixed that fastball in, had a little arm side run with it. And, Joshua Williams took his eye off of it trying to go to the pizza sign.
Hernandez, and he walked him. And Osborn has taken the lead 2-1. In comes Maben. To first goes Williams. It's an RBI walk. And it's the first lead of the day for Osborn.
Yeah, when I'm looking at him now, it looks like looking at Hernandez, he's belaboring something. And he's not even following through. And you can tell on his pitches, and something's weird with his hand going on, so I don't know if his arm's not feeling well or something's wrong with his wrist.
The guy that we expect to see behind the pitcher, the starting pitcher, Hernandez, is Kenny Carrasco-Santa, the center fielder. We expect to see him next if a move is to be made. But right now it's Keith Poe and his staff trying to figure out what they're going to do at first base. And now they'll courtesy run with Antoine Joyner.
Yeah, for the catcher. I mean pitcher.
Pitcher, yeah.
Pitcher.
Williams gets a break and Joyner comes out. That makes a lot of sense. One out, the bases are still juiced, and Hernandez starting to see the walls close in on him in this big, cavernous Comerica Park.
Yeah, and I tell you, Chad, those 2 runs that walked, first 2 runs that walked, they scored. I mean, it's just a detriment, those walks.
Yep.
Tell the kids all the time, young kids, you know, they laugh, but I was like, only the mailman walks.
That's right.
Let your defense work, right?
Uh-huh.
Make them throw it right down the heart of the plate. I don't care.
The mailman. Oh, boy. Joyner and Maben walked, and Joyner and Maben have scored. The Woods sharp grounder to short on an error. 2 runs scored in. And now the hit by the pitch and the RBI walk. And here we are. Daniel Conway, who walked his last time up. And now Josh Williams comes back at first. He will run for himself.
Yeah, I think they may
odd.
not. I think they may not have
Allowed
anybody in the. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit puzzled on that one because it's normally last batted out or a sub.
Right.
So I'm a little bit perplexed with that one.
Yep. There's a looper down the left field line, just foul from Conway.
He came inside to Conway right there and jammed him. Now I'm going to bust him something either hard outside or I'm going to go a slider away. Something away, but it looks good, start good, and go right in the dirt.
Ahead of the count, has a chance to do that, and with a trusty catcher like Molina Mendoza. Runner at third is Woods. Ground ball, foul. But Conway's on him.
He just hung it.
And he hung it and got away with it.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. Is you want to go hard outside with, something soft outside with this kid up here, and but you got to drop it down, throw it in the dirt. There it is.
Got him on strikes, fooled Conway, and Hernandez comes back with a big K here in the third.
Yeah, big out, big K right there.
4th of the day for Alonso Hernandez, and so now that'll leave things up to Marco Willingham, the right fielder. Woods at third, Christian at second, Williams at first, and a strike called on pitch 1.
And that's exactly what you got to do now. You got to go right at these hitters and make your defense make plays. I mean, you got to erase the error. That was a big error, but you got to erase that, and you got to go right at them. See that? 2 fastballs. Like what are we doing playing around? Let's just go right at them until they prove they can hit it. And this is what I'm surprised at AOA right here, too, because, normally they're known for going right at guys. And so just a little perplexed on that as well. But, again, because he's got a really good arm. Use it.
Inside corner, strike 3 called. So Hernandez comes back and gets the K, but Osborn takes the lead with 2 in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Thanks for watching this championship game on the Prep. First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess. I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Lowering the shoulder.
swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
That's Damian Vella in his first season. His head coach was an assistant last year. He went to Western High School, 2018 grad, went to U of M Dearborn, and has his degree in mechanical engineering. And he's excited to be coaching next to his brother. And he's had quite a season. I mean, one loss, 18-1, a perfect 17-0. And I'll tell you what, this is the guy to be driving the train right now. The Tigers are behind 2-1. But look, this has been an outstanding season for Vella, the Tigers, and he should be proud of the kind of kids he's assembled this year and had him working well. Just his first season, but yeah, he's fit right in like an old shoe.
Yeah, he has, and they have a good brand of baseball going over there anyway, and so you know, it's a real good recipe that's already been started for him.
So 2 runs in that third inning, and now the Tigers will try to strike back. And this is Williams back out, the guy that gave them the 2-1 lead with the walk. And so this is Javier De La Rosa, the leadoff hitter. Struck out his first time up. There's a shot up the middle. That's a base hit. De La Cruz gives the Tigers their second hit of the day, and this was a no-doubter.
Yeah, something hard right back at the box. It was an outstanding swing for that young man right there. And so now it's time to get the party started, he says.
Yeah, here's another look at it.
Yeah.
Doing exactly what you said. Get up in the front of the box, wait for it. So that will bring up Cruz Gutierrez, who was hit by a pitch back in the first.
Yeah.
With the lefty, not an aggressive lead by Javier. Pitch is low. Good stop by the catcher, Wilter Alvarez.
Yeah, interested to see how AOA plays this right now, trying to get a run back.
Yeah, do you play the small ball game?
Yeah, see, I would right now. He hadn't showed that he has a good move right now. I'd go on first move.
Yeah.
Right? Get your lead, shorten your lead a little bit, and then just take off because he's kind of long to the plate. He's not quick to the plate at all.
Right.
See that? Big high leg kick.
There he goes. It's fouled back. The hit and run was on. The run was an easy steal, but fouled back. Cruz Gutierrez, the batter.
Yeah, and so I'd go again. I wouldn't even hold it up right now because he's fast. He's got a long leg kick there.
There he goes again. Throw down to second and not in time. So a stolen base for the leadoff man, Javier De La Rosa, who got this party started with a worm burner right up the gut.
Yeah, you wonder what took him so long to get him down there with that speed, right?
Yeah.
And you know, the length of time it takes the lefty to pitch the ball, because you're just stealing off of him, and that's it.
The old Ephus pitch is in for a strike on the outside corner.
So here's a good opportunity for them to cash in on a key run here to get that score. They're up in the meat and other lineup right now, and so here we go.
It's a walk. So takes a full count. That'll bring up the dangerous Alonso Hernandez, who lined out to center his first time up. Second time on base for Gutierrez. And we'll see what the pitcher can do to help his cause.
That's it.
With nobody out.
I was just about to say that. Now here's an opportunity for him to step up.
Popped him up. foul territory and dropped by the catcher, Alvarez.
Yeah, so, you know, you young catchers looking at this game right there is your opportunity. Your job there is to just get there and get around the baseball and turn your body the opposite way so that you can really see it. He was just never in position to make that play whatsoever. And he only had to get lucky to make it.
Yep. So the Tigers will try to make it hurt. Hernandez in the box against his counterpart, Williams. Shot to center field. Right at Joyner, and he'll make the catch. He's been a busy boy out there, and he's handled every test. It's a loud out, number 1.
Yes, it was. Another good swing by the main man, Hernandez, man. Just right at him again. So he put that over to the gap. That ball's going to the wall, and it's clearing the bases.
Carbon copy of his last at bat.
Yeah.
So Keith Poe, the head coach, will come out to have a word with his pitcher, Joshua Williams. And now Adolphus Woods is coming in, and he was promised to be the first reliever. And he will come in. So while Adolphus Woods takes his warm-up tosses and Joshua Williams goes to third, we'll take a timeout from Detroit in Comerica Park. Back with more on the prep right after this.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
So the new pitcher is the Madonna commit, Adolphus Woods. Comes in from shortstop to pitch. He'll go to Madonna to play football. But he's a baseball player, and Jay Alexander, he brings a little different look to the mound.
Yes, he does. He's more of a live arm kid. He's going to come at you with that fastball. He does have, excuse me, a good breaking ball, but he's going to show you his fastball first.
They'll face Journey Molina Mendoza, but first the throw back to second. And Christian will field the throw. Trying to keep Javier De La Rosa honest at second base. It's Cruz Gutierrez at first. And that one's fouled back, and it almost got the security guy. The usher, rather, as they say.
Can't fall asleep in baseball.
No, he got handcuffed. You got to keep your head on a swivel. I'm waiting for one to come up here, Jay.
Yeah.
Throw back to second base to Maben. By the way, it's a left-handed third baseman now in Josh Williams. You don't see that every day.
No, you don't.
But Josh Williams at third is a lefty. It's like seeing a left-handed catcher.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. See, now, Adolphus right now is struggling to get the feel with his hand, and you could just tell right there with that last breaking pitch. So, and he shouldn't even be trying to do anything else but going right at these hitters right now. I'd bust him hard in so we can get a ground ball third base left side.
Woods' pitch gets beyond the catcher Alvarez, and the runners De La Rosa and Gutierrez will advance.
Yeah, that's tough right there, Chad, because that's a fastball right there on the outside part that the catcher just missed, as you'll see it right here. Yeah, that's just being lazy as a catcher. If Carter did something like that, I'll be running out the dugout.
I don't blame you. sure you've done it before. There's a shot to right center. That's a base hit. Base hit for Molina Mendoza. Into score comes De La Rosa. Right behind him, Gutierrez. He's going to hold it third. Up with a throw quickly was Willingham, but it's an RBI single, and this game is tied at 2.
Yeah, he actually got in on him a little bit, but he did good by fisting it out there. Just got just enough of it to get it to the outfield. Good job staying on that baseball.
You bet. So an RBI single for Journey Molina Mendoza. So here's Kenny Carrasco Santa, and he looks at a ball outside. Runners at the corners. Molina Mendoza at first. Gutierrez at third, and this game is now tied at 2 in the third. Looking for more.
Yes, it is. Well, they got their 5th hitter up, Chad. You know, Santana is an opportunity for him and to show why he's in the first spot.
Just a freshman. And we've got a runner taken off to second, and Molina Mendoza says, I'm going to get down there. Nobody's going to expect this one.
Yeah, that's for sure.
He'll never get me.
Not at all.
Alvarez won't throw it, and he did. Swing and a miss.
I like that swing, though, Chad. Wow, he was right on that fastball.
Yes, he was.
He was right on that fastball.
With battle.
Now 1-2 here. Now I'll try to throw, if I was at office, I'll try to throw something off speed, change up away.
Got him on strikes. First strikeout for Woods. Big K. Kenny Carrasco Santos out, and that'll leave it up to Andy Perez Mata, who had an RBI double his last time up.
Yeah, 2 out hitting right now win ball games right here. So here's an opportunity for Perez to really do something.
2 outs. Quickly ahead is Woods. The senior Adolphus Woods. Trying to keep this a tie ball game. Strike called there. Looked like that ball had some movement on it.
Yeah, it did, right there. It came in hot. He couldn't even get the bat off his shoulders.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Adolphus just got to go right at these guys and make them prove that they can hit it. You got a good firm fastball like that, you want to really just locate it.
Infield playing very shallow.
Yeah, surprisingly with
2 outs.
They know something we don't know.
Yeah, and the whistle keeps going off too. I always think a train's coming in.
I don't think you're allowed to have that in a major league game, are you?
No, no. Pitch is inside. Just enough glove for Alvarez to keep it at bay.
The ushers will have to send you home. It's coming in with a whistle.
Yeah, well, when they're not running from baseballs down there, you got to be watching for whistles. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. But not before the Tigers tie it at 2. We go to the top of the 4th. Nothing solved in this championship game of the PSL Gold.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
That is Keith Poe, 13th year as the head coach. He had a year at Detroit Central with the Trailblazers. He's out of Chicago. Went to Percy L. Julian High School in the city of Chicago. He played baseball there, and then he would go on to Central State. He was a Marauder down at Wilberforce. And big time this year, we mentioned earlier the win over MLK and also over Southfield. And championships in the Gold Division both in 2016 and in 22. Runners-up the last 2 years. And he's a 30-year veteran resource teacher for the DPS schools and a proud parent of 2 daughters and 1 son. One of the real good ones, Keith Poe, the head coach of the Osborn Knights.
Yeah, we're lucky to have him in the district, man. Whenever you can find teachers here that's committed to these young students and, more importantly, young student athletes, that's a huge prize for us in the inner city of Detroit.
It's no surprise he's got his team back here, but runners up the last 2 years, they're looking to turn the tide today against the Tigers as we start the 4th inning. And Osborn trying to get back what they had last inning, and that was a lead. Now we're tied at 2.
Yeah, this game's going to be going back and forth until somebody can just grab a hold of it. But it's going to be tough. They're fighting. You know, both teams are similar records, and they are both, you know, the only thing that they didn't get to do was play each other at the end of the year. So, you know, AOA is 2 games ahead of them in percentages, which is why they won the Gold Division. So 2 very, very good teams, very well coached teams as well.
Pitch is taken upstairs. This is Brown, the batter. Trayvon Brown, the left fielder, the 7-hitter at 7, 8, 9 due up for Osborn and Coach Poe. The 2-1 is on the outside corner for a strike. Hernandez has gone all the way. He has now thrown 70 pitches in this game.
Yeah, he's probably getting a little bit tired here because the pitches that he's throwing, he's really had to, you know, try to go out of his way to get back in the counts. He had to go out of his way to really, I mean, he had a very, very arduous last inning, you know, and so that put a lot of tax on his arm.
Strikes out Brown for the 2nd time today, and that'll bring up Antoine Joyner, the center fielder.
Yeah, he's looking to walk here. I'm gonna tell you what, that's one of his primary jobs is to make sure that he gets on.
One of the joys of being up here in the Comerica Park media rooms where you get things like ice cream.
That's right, dude. Yeah.
And when you don't usually get it, you tend to abuse it. So I just grabbed like 3.
Yeah.
And you know, no spoon though, but Jay Alexander came in and saved the day.
Absolutely. I got it from my main man, Mr. Brown.
Oh man, took care of us. It's great. Strike called.
Yeah. See, and you know what Hernandez has to do here is to just go right at these hitters, right? This hitter is known for taking walks and getting walks. You got to make him swing his way on. And that's exactly what you do.
Swung his way back to the bench there. Another K, back-to-back Ks, and a quick answer for Hernandez, who comes out pumping strikes, Jay.
Yeah, and that's what he's got to do with the bottom half of the lineup, man. I'm telling you, I can't harp on that enough. For you young pitchers out there listening to this broadcast, it's very, very important that you get ahead of these hitters down in the bottom of the lineup. Make them hit their way on.
Last time he walked Jaden Mabin. He starts him off with a ball.
And Jaden is not your typical fast 9 hitter, but what he is, he's a catalyst for this team. You know, they love Jaden. Jaden's a lovable kid. He does a lot of things right, and he gets everybody involved when he starts to do stuff.
Let's see if he can spark a rally here. Osborn looking for their first hit. Their runs were scored on errors and a walk. Although the Woods grounder was sharp, it was ruled an error appropriately enough. So Osborn looking for their first hit despite being in a tie ball game. Hernandez deals. Mabins looks at it upstairs. The deuces are wild in Detroit. 2-2 count with 2 outs in a 2-2 game. Run it full. Mabins could walk.
Yeah, laying off a really good breaking pitch right there. It started up in the zone and went down on the ground, and he laid off of it.
Showing a lot of patience.
Yes, he is.
Inside corner, strike called. Mabins doesn't love it. Side retired. 1-2-3. Go the Knights. We go to the home half of the fourth with nothing solved at 2 aside.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, hit me up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we can get it, there's no hesitation.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Chad and Jay back with you. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. 2-2. And there you see the principal of the Academy of the Americas, Mr. Brown.
Yes, sir. Done a fine job.
He's multi-talented, I understand.
He is.
The Huntman has found him on the circuit.
That's right. As the DJ. DJ Slowpoke.
DJ Slowpoke. Now, when you're a DJ, slow being something, I mean, I'm sure he's got a reason behind the name, but Slowpoke, he must be slow and easy at something. Slow dances with DJ Slowpoke must be fun. But I can imagine he can turn up a little bit, too.
Oh, I'm sure he can.
All right, well, let's see if the Tigers can turn up under the rally of their principal. Strike called on the outside corner. This is the Tigers trying to go three-peat champions.
Yes, they are.
Swing and a miss. This is David Garcia Anguelo, who has checked in. He is pinch hitting for someone.
Ah, okay.
Adolphus Woods dealing his second inning of work. Strike called on the outside corner. And that one's filthy. That's a K. And another look at it here.
Yeah, right now he just overpowered him with the fastball right there on the outer half, and he had no chance to hit that. Good pitch, good location by Mr. Woods there.
Here's Asaid Sanchez Marquez, who is pinch hitting for Angel via Mysad Coleman Otis. That's torture. Someone had to put me through to say all that. Swing and a miss. Fabian Hernandez will bat next. Adolphus Woods trying to shut it down. He came on in relief of the pitcher in this ball game that started, Joshua Williams. And Williams would give up 2 hits in this game. Pitch is outside.
Yeah, just a steady diet of fastballs. And you just got to figure out, you just got to continue to locate them and make them hit them.
So Oriana Tallis, the freshman, is going to draw a walk. So that'll bring up number 16, Fabian Hernandez, who grounded out to shortstop his last time up.
All right, well, we'll see what he can do here. Oh, he got a late jump, too. Let's see what happens.
Late jump didn't slide, and it cost him.
Absolutely, it cost him.
How about it? That's the catcher, Wilter Alvarez, for Osborn. Throwing out Oriano Tallis. And he didn't slide, Jay.
No, he didn't, and he should have been out just because of that, and anything close. Oh, he got him, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you slide, you're safe.
Yeah, you're safe as all get out. Yeah, that wouldn't be a good talk in the dugout with me, there, Chad. I'm just going to tell you right now.
No, you'd have something to say to him.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, rightfully so.
That is not how you play the game.
No. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. So Hernandez now will take another look at the non-slide, and yeah, he got him right in the backside. And he just got to slide. It's okay to get dirty.
Man, that's what you want.
This is the kind of dirt you want to slide in.
Yes, absolutely.
It's heavenly.
Plus, you know, when you got college recruiters up here, like, listen, man, I used to recruit dirtbags.
Yeah.
I like the guy who got the back of his uniform dirty and didn't even understand how he happened, right?
Matt Williams
I just want that dirt bag.
Yeah. No doubt, no doubt. Swing and a miss. Hernandez was behind the heater from the Madonna commit, Adolphus Woods. Full count, 2 outs. 2-2 game in the bottom of the 4th. Outside corner, strike 3 called. How about it? Adolphus dealing again. This time he ends the 4th. Let's go to the 5th in a tie game.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
More wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Top of the 5th inning, here comes the Osborn Knights out of the PSL Gold. And they will start with the leadoff man, Wilter Alvarez. Swings and misses. We've got a new pitcher in the ballgame, Jay.
Yes, sir. Yes, we do. Kenny Carrasco-Santo, right?
It is Kenny Carrasco-Santo. And the lefty looks to bring a different look. Certainly throws harder.
Yes, he does.
And he's coming with that opposite arm.
You know, he's got that body type too. You know, real slender, arm works.
He looks flexible.
Yeah, really
Gummy.
stand on top of the ball. We got a little arm side run. Let's go.
He looks like a pitcher, doesn't he?
Yes, he
Looks
does.
like he knows what he's doing.
Yes, he does.
Alvarez, the leadoff man, awaits. Beautiful sunshiny day. Yeah, it's a bit chilly,
Yes,
but
it is.
you know we're in Michigan and we're not out of May yet. So we'll deal with low 60s.
Yes, yes. There it is.
Easy for us to say in a nice cozy booth.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a good breaking pitch right there.
That
man.
was nice. That'll run
Good
into
slide
3-2.
piece. Yeah.
Good eye by Alvarez. That was a close one. And now his catcher, Molina.
I'm guaranteeing here's what happened. He's going to tell him, no worries. Umpire missed that one. He just told me he missed it. Guarantee it. Because you don't come out right there and just in that situation.
Yeah. And that helps the pitcher in what? His confidence?
Just his mindset, yeah. Because he's like, now he's thinking like, what the hell I got to throw it? That's a strike, right?
Yeah. Strike 3 called. You knew anything close was going to be strike 3. Alvarez is out on strikes on a pretty good pitch from Kenny Carrasco-Santo.
Yeah, what are you looking at right here?
Ooh, nice slider in the outside corner.
And he's got that weird delivery too, though. He's got that leg kick where his body slings here, but his arm still stays here. Most of the time, I wouldn't advise that from young pitchers, but it works for him. But that time, he stayed close.
Yep.
But maybe he just does that on the slider. So let me take a little deeper look at it.
So this will bring up Adolphus Woods, who has come into the game to pitch. Lefty against the righty. A little different look, though, this time. A little more heat and velo. And Woods pops it to center. Fairly deep on the run. And off the glove.
He missed first.
Of Kenny Carrasco-Santo. Woods has to go back to first, now to second, and he'll hold there. So it's an error. And it could have been a 3-base error. Instead, it's just a 1-base error.
Yeah, it is.
Or a 2-base error, rather. And another look here, Kenny Carrasco, excuse me. No, who is that in center field? Whoever they put in.
Oh, they put somebody else in?
Yep. Two. Okay.
Yeah, that is.
That's Javier De La Rosa.
Yeah, De La Rosa.
Who, the shortstop, has
Yeah.
now gone to center field.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not like the big leagues. They don't tell us when the changes are being made, right?
Yeah.
So that's the unfortunate part about it.
That's right. That's right. There goes the runner, Woods to third, and there won't even be a throw from Molina Mendoza. So Woods at third. That's the go-ahead run. By the way, they did give a hit.
Did they?
The first hit of the game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
On that error. But We'll give him what they gave him. So it's it's a hit, and here's the steal to third by Woods.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. Good job right there. You saw something in that long delivery. One out here. Chad, I'm having the infield in. Late in the game.
Yeah.
It's tough, though. You got 3-hitter up, but still.
Amir Christian.
Yeah, it depends on what, your confidence in your offense, though. So he may think that his offense can generate another run. So, just different managers play that differently.
Yeah, you would think this is, they're giving up the run. Outside corner, strike called. A lot of confidence in the left-handed reliever, Kenny Carrasco-Santa, who has come on to pitch.
Yeah, I'm coming in hard inside here. Hopefully I can get a ground ball to the third baseman, and Dolphins Woods get greedy. Oh,
they're going to throw it away. The throw from the pitcher, Carrasco-Santo, is an error. And Osborn's going to score the go-ahead run, and they now lead 3-2 in the fifth.
Very, very unfortunate.
And what you could argue has been all errors and miscues by the Tigers.
Oh, this is uncharacteristic of this team, too, man. I haven't seen this in a couple years.
And really no need to throw to third.
No, and you're spinning, stepping off, and trying to throw. What are we doing here? Just trying to do too much.
Now a walk to Amir Christian, who's on base for the second time.
Yeah, because all you do here in this situation is you give the team confidence. Why would you give this team confidence? They don't need any help. Two really good teams in the championship game. Man, it's very disappointing with a play to just never really get somebody out, and he didn't have an aggressive lead. I mean, there's a lot of things to play here. What are we doing?
So Christian on at first. And here's the third baseman, Joshua Williams, who started the day pitching for Osborn.
Yeah, here's a good time to help his cause.
They got him picked off at first, and now they don't.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, Chad. You go on the first move.
Did not have a chance. Yeah. Hernandez, thanks to that first move by Christian. And here's another look.
See? And then that was not even a good throw. The first baseman's kicking himself like he did something wrong.
Right, he really did.
He had no chance.
He had a chance, yeah. That's true.
You steal bases on the pitchers all the time.
1-1 count with one out and a run in. Osborn has taken the lead. There goes the runner to third, Christian. The throw from Molina. Mendoza, not in time.
See, what they're seeing here, too, is that he's not real. He's taking a long time to deliver the ball. And, again, you still off the pitcher. He's probably 1-8 to the plate. Me and you could steal off that, Chad.
Yeah. Well, we still run well, though. Swing and a miss. Have you raced Carter lately?
No, I won't do it. No, he's not fast yet. He's okay, but he's smart. He's not fast yet. So
okay. Breaking ball down and away. The next run 90 feet away. Full count, one out. Williams the batter. Carrasco, Santa deals. Inside, he walked him. Runners at the corners now with one out. And the Tigers want timeout and want to talk this thing over.
Molina Mendoza did not like that call right there. So I thought if he would have caught it better, he could have possibly got that call. But he was lazy on the exchange as the ball come in, and he didn't stick it out front. And that call, he didn't help the cause either. So I wouldn't have called that a strike because that was a borderline pitch. It's a tough pitch to call when the catcher botches it.
So Conway now the batter. Coach Poe has a word with him. What's the philosophy? Are you trying to ambush maybe here? Are you trying to take more pitches? What are you trying to do if you're Osborn in the spot with runners at the corners and just one out?
If I got a hitter who's not consistent at hitting right now, hopefully he knows how to bunt, then we can safety squeeze this run in, But I think what he's going to do here is be very selective and only go after a pitch that you really love. Yeah, you could tell he wasn't even trying to swing.
Conway didn't love that one. It is Williams at first. The Knights have been all over the base paths in this inning running.
Yeah.
Could we see Williams take off here and try to get Christian home? And yes, here's the steal. And he swung through it.
Sure did.
Eliminates the double play potential.
First move. Either that or they see something out there at first base. The coach is doing a good job of making sure those guys get, because they've been good jumps.
Conway lets it go. It gets behind Journey Molina Mendoza, and in to score comes Christian. 4-2 Osborn. Williams heads down to third. And a big insurance run for the Knights.
Yeah, unfortunate again here. That's that outside pitch right there where the catchers just don't get it, you know. You'll see it here. Boom. It looked like he might have been set up inside too, so it was a little bit tough with the arm side run like that. So that might have been a tough play. But, you know, I don't have no mercy on catchers. Carter
swing and a miss.
Carter just looked at me when that happened too, because he know I'll be going nuts on that.
You've seen that before.
Yeah, because he's a catcher.
Okay. Conway is out on strikes. It's a big strikeout,
Huge.
Jay, for Carrasco Santa.
Huge strikeout here.
Second out of the inning, not out of it yet. Chance now for Marco Willingham.
Yeah, don't look now, but you give Adolphus Woods a 2-run lead, man. I guess I would have to say I like my odds.
Yeah, yeah.
With that arm.
Pitch on the outside corner, well plays from Kenny.
Yeah, he was taken, had him taken for strike. Yeah, he's really, really slow to the plate too here, Chad.
Looking from the windup. With the runner at third. Got him to fish at one upstairs.
Yes, he did.
The shadows cast in front of home plate at Comerica. Slider got him on strikes. Not before damage is done. 2 runs for the Knights. They take a 2-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th from Comerica Park in downtown Detroit in this PSL Gold Championship game.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Hey, thanks everybody for watching our primetime matchup today. It's PSL baseball, and this is the PSL Gold Championship. You can follow us on our social medias and right here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe if you would. It's free. And we really appreciate everybody watching. We'll try to shout out our viewers. But follow us, and you can contact us if you want to broadcast or you want to sponsor or you have a comment. It's info@theprepsports.com. He's Jay Alexander. My name is Chad Bush. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Glad to be here for game one of 2 games today. The second game will be on a second link. That'll be Detroit Western against Detroit Cass Tech coming up at 7 o'clock. But right now, Jay, we've got a good one. It's 4-2 Osborn, and they've done it with just 1 hit in this game, and that 1 hit is questionable as well.
Yes, it is. Yes, it was, rather. But what they've done was be able to get on base and wreak havoc. And they took advantage of some of the miscues and missteps of the pitching staff at AOA. And so that's why they're a good team. Good team take advantage of miscues all the time.
You bet. This is Gutierrez, the batter, and he's facing Woods. He fires one down. Want to say hello to Anna Elba, Lynn Denise McNeil, Ines Marina Mata Parada, Edgar Rivas, Yatiza Blanco. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes.
Yeah, looking at a good fastball right there. You're in 2-strike mode. You got to get up there and fight for your team. They need base runners right now. You can't let Adolphus Woods get warm and get heated up right there. That was a good pitch on the outside part of the plate too.
So,
and that brings up Alonso Hernandez, who just took a strike as he bent down of a slider. It was a really good pitch there.
Wood's starting to feel some kind of groove here.
Yeah. I'd really like to see him go inside. I know he's demanding the outside part of the plate too, but Chad, I'd really like to see him bust those hitters inside just because it's getting a little bit chilly, get those bats ringing, get those hands hurting.
Yeah.
And then you can sneak them away.
You bet. Strike called. This is Cruz Gutierrez.
See, here's another downfall of the hitters right there. That ball was right down the heart of the plate. You couldn't get no more middle than that. But Mr. Gutierrez, he strided towards the plate and almost stepped on the plate, which made it harder. See, he hit it off the knob of the bat there.
Yeah.
That's just real bad right there, man. You could get yourself hurt. And, you know, it's very hard. That's why I hit him inside all day. Fastball up and in right now. You'll see it right here as he strided right there.
Yeah, right off the knob.
Yeah, and young hitters listening to this and looking at this, man, please, you got to step towards the pitcher. You step to the plate, and you will not be able to hit an inside pitch to save your life, or you put yourself in a dangerous situation.
Gutierrez has been on base twice, but not this time. Strike 3 called. Woods continues to fire firmly. And that's the second out of the inning and the second strikeout in this one.
The other thing too, Chad, look, if you see right there, he stepped on the plate, that's an automatic out.
Yeah, it is. Good catch. So he strikes out the 1-hitter, the 2-hitter. Can he do the hat trick and strike out Alonso Hernandez, the 3-hitter?
It's going to be a tough task because he's been hitting lasers to center field and not getting anything to show for it.
He's due.
Now here comes a dying quail. He gets a double off of it.
Fittingly enough, he'd take it.
He sure would. Yeah, and see, that's what also the hitters have to realize too is Adolphus is struggling to get his off-speed over consistently. You should just be sitting dead red here.
Yeah.
Fastball, fastball, fastball.
1-1 the count. Nobody on. 4-2 Osborn. Inside and low. 2-1. As Jay mentioned, Hernandez has hit the ball firmly twice. Solid lineouts to center field. Will the baseball gods smile upon him here? That was a close pitch to take.
Like 2 in a row there, bro.
Yeah,
man,
that was tight. And Woods will have a courtesy walk around the mound and think about it.
You'd have had to put the chains on me from swinging.
Here's the 3-1 to Hernandez. And he walked him. Another tight zone for Woods. And so that'll bring the tying run to the plate in the name of Journey Molina Mendoza, the catcher. He had an RBI single his last time up, and he's flown to center. And here's another look at the location of that last pitch.
That one I'll give
Just
to
outside,
him.
yep.
But it looked like it ran over, but I'll give him that one. But those other two, I'm not giving it to him.
No forgiveness.
Man.
And a little step off. Academy of the Americas, they've been perfect all season long in league play. They had a non-conference, non-league game that they lost to Cass Tech. And that's the only blemish, and that was a month ago in April, on April 15th.
Yeah. Really two really good ball clubs, especially in our gold division, who expects to win and knows how to win.
There goes the runner, throw down to second, and not in time. The throw from Alvarez couldn't find the fleet of foot, Tiger, and now a runner in scoring position for Molina Mendoza. Hernandez on the steal. Woods deals, and that's going to get beyond the catcher, Alvarez. And now down to third base with 2 outs goes Alonso Hernandez. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning with his team trailing by 2.
Yeah, and that's again, catchers being lazy once again. One of my biggest pet peeves, and not catching the baseball. There's just absolutely no excuse for that whatsoever. Oh, man.
That one gets beyond the catcher. The throw home, not in time. It's a walk and a run scored on the wild pitch. It's now 4-3 with 2 outs, and this one will sting for the Knights.
That definitely hurt right there. Now you erase your two lead deficit without a hit. That's absolutely incredible. That just got away from Adolphus right there.
Maybe crossed him up?
No, it just got away from him.
Like the pitcher, okay.
Yeah, he just he went across his body. I think he stepped across his body, and the ball sailed right on him. And it was just right from the get-go. That was not going to be anywhere near the plate.
So Molina Mendoza walks, and here's the current pitcher, Kenny Carrasco Santa.
Yeah, I'll bust him right inside again. After that swing, after I got in there, I'm going right back.
But after the high stuff.
Because he's been having some good swings, man. I'm going to tell you, this kid's a freshman, right? Good years, this kid?
He is.
Yeah, man. He's going to be special.
5'9" freshman, left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. Swings and drives it foul.
And he got on top of that one, too.
Yeah, he did.
I'm telling you, man, there's something about this kid right here.
Yeah. Looks like he belongs, too.
I think he just needs a little bit more work. He's a freshman, as you can expect.
Yep. A run in. The lead's been cut in half. Pitches upstairs, 2-2. A tough take for Carrasco Santa, who walked his last time up. Andy Perez Mata in the on-deck circle, who had the RBI double earlier in this game. There's a tapper to the right side. Woods will bobble it, regather, and pitch to Conway for out number 3. So a run is in. A run closer, but we're going to the next frame. Let's go to the 6th in Detroit. A 1-run tight battle for the PSL gold.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Top of the 6th inning, and Osborn clinging to a 1-run lead. Back and forth we go. The Tigers got 1 in the 2nd, and then Osborn would come back and take the lead with 2 in the 3rd. Tigers would come back and tie it, bottom of the 3rd, to make it a 2-2 game. And then Osborn would make it 4-2 in the top of the 5th before the 1 run in the last half of the inning to make it 4-3. 4 runs on 1 hit and 1 error for the Osborn Knights. 3 runs on 3 hits.
God bless you.
And 3 errors for the Tigers, the Academy of the Americas.
Yeah, but they still got a chance to be in this ball game. You know, they were very fortunate to be only down 1 with an opportunity to close out here. So take the lead and close out.
You bet. So Trayvon Brown to lead things off at 7-8-9 for Osborn. They squared a bunt, and just teasing you, Jay, they're not going to bunt. They pull it back for a strike.
Yeah, man, that was a good curveball. He ran for his dear life there, man. That thing was wicked.
Lefty on lefty.
It was, man.
Yeah, he had him running.
That's hard for anybody to stay in on that one, though.
Yep.
I tell you, I don't blame that young man.
This is all right. I'm done with that bluff.
Thanks a lot.
I showed it. Hope you get fooled.
That's it.
The 2-1 from Carrasco, and that nearly nipped him too. Good job by Trayvon Brown, the left fielder, to lay off. The lefty pitch.
You know, Trayvon, he hit right-handed earlier.
That'd be right. I think that's right.
I'm telling you, this kid.
Okay.
He's
could be right. He might. He could have bat both. I don't know. He might. He might have switched it up.
Because he didn't swing. Remember I told you he's going to be sitting up there taking pictures? And he went over to the left side. I guess that's his thing. That's awesome.
We got video footage. We'll confirm that later.
Look at him. He's fast.
For now, I'm believing you. That's a throw, and that's going to get beyond. Brown can run, and he's on second. That's a big, big run. We talked about the insurance run, and we've got an injured Tiger, I believe. That's the second baseman, or the shortstop, rather, Alonzo Hernandez.
Hopefully he didn't slide in his leg or anything.
Looks like, oh boy, on the foot area. Take a look. Let's see if we can get a replay. By the way, your home plate umpire is David Turner. First base is Richard Shaloub. Second base, Billy Morgan. Third base, Nicholas Novak. Here's another look and try to see what happened. to Hernandez.
He must have just stepped on it weirdly. Or maybe it's Achilles or something.
Yeah, that right foot. He's going to stay in the ball game, though. I mean, but he's not right.
No, he's not, man. He's hovering. And that might cause dividends because he's got his push-off foot, throw the ball to first base.
Sure. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, throw down to third, not in time. It's another stolen base for Trayvon Brown, his second in this sequence.
Well, I still home too, Chad, because I mean he's really slow to the plate. I mean, in a windup he was 4 seconds. Wow, he was 4.0 seconds.
Swing and a miss, out on strikes. So Joyner K's now for the second straight time. It's a strikeout for Kenny Carrasco-Santa, and it's a big one. There's now one out in this inning.
Yeah, he's 4.07 from the windup, and I got to clock him from the stretch. But he's a guy. Oh man,
gets away, and a run's going to score. It's a big one. Oh, the pass ball wild pitches in this game have been a difference. You see the Knights celebrating as Brown comes across the score and speed kills Jay.
Actually, that's a pass ball. He's got to catch that ball.
Yeah.
He's got to catch that ball. And that's where catchers get lazy sometimes.
So 5-3 as Brown scores. And with Joyner out, here's Jaden Maben, the second baseman, who has walked twice in this game.
Yeah, it must be something with that ball coming inside because Melinda Mendoza is really struggling with that inside pitch. So
strike called. Maben watching all the way. 2-2 the count. And Maben wants to have a word with Keith Poe, his head coach.
I don't know what that's about. It's 2-2. Swing. I'm telling him to swing the bat. What you want me for?
Yeah. Right. Swing and a miss. Out on strikes, out number 2. And that'll put us to the top of the lineup with Wilter Alvarez, the catcher,
who has not had a good day today. So he's due.
So Woods in the on-deck circle, trying to get a chance here in the 6th. Well-placed fastball in the outside corner. We've seen enough out of Kenny Carrasco-Santa to see that, I mean, he's got some tools to be a #1 guy.
He does, man. You know, he's got to get consistent at staying in line. You see how he falls off a little bit? Like, even that, I wouldn't, you know, he still needs to stay more in line because that's a pitch he's not going to get called for a strike in most times. But he's got some stuff, man. He's got some arm side run. He's a little bit, you know, with his delivery. See, that was way better. Stayed more in line that time.
Out on strikes. That ends the inning. But not before a run is in for the Knights. 6 outs remain for the Tigers, trying to go 3-peat in the Copa. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate! Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
So that's Adolphus Woods. He's got the responsibility of holding down this lead. It's now a 2-run lead again, as the Knights get one back in the last inning. An unearned run, 5 runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Osborn. 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for the Academy of the Americas. Welcome back. Chad Bush alongside Jay Alexander. We are the Prep. Thanks for watching. Keep the comments a-rolling. We appreciate that. It's good feedback.
Yes,
Sun's
it is.
shining, Jay, and people are watching, and people coming out, people showing out, people coming out later for Detroit Western and Detroit Cass Tech. It's a good night to be in downtown Detroit. Glad you're with us on the Prep. Wherever you are, let us know if you're not in Michigan. Let us know if you're somewhere wild and warm and fun. Not that it's not fun here, but you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
We want to know where you are watching us from. Last year, we had some fans from India tune in and admire one of our cameramen, Kyle Buchanan, commented on him. Maybe that was a couple years ago. So you never know who's going to watch. I mean, Brad Ross is the guy this year. He might be big in Honduras. Who knows? Strike called.
There was his first off speed that he got over. That was really good.
That
Maybe
was
he's
nasty.
eating up, man.
That's right. Good call. He's got a challenge. He's got Andy Perez Mata to face. He had a double and an RBI his last time up. And this one just misses.
He had a sharp hit right down the line there, if I remember correctly.
We got the strike zone square implemented.
That's awesome.
Alex Westfall's toy of the day.
Alex is the man.
Yep. Swing and a foul tip into the glove and out of the glove of Wilter Alvarez.
Principal Lewis was here earlier from Osborn. I think she's left.
Strike called outside corner. They get Perez Mata backwards K frozen pizza.
Yeah, it was a good outside located fastball right there, but he painted it right there.
Maybe a little outside, but hey, who am I?
It's getting late, you know.
It is cold. There's a ground ball back to Woods, and he knows what to do with it. He's
cool.
a shortstop.
He's cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, and then the first baseman might have the yips, and he just rolled it back. No judgment here.
Yeah, none at all.
Conway says, go get it.
Yeah, what the heck was that? He might have the yips, man. I get it. Look at him.
He's got a good dance celebration. We know that. And that's more important than being able to roll it back in the air or throw it back.
Yeah, I guess so.
Look at Conway.
My goodness.
Shoots the arrow.
He's
part of the celebration.
Oh, he's a bowler, dude.
He's a bowler. That was a strike.
He had a little spin on that thing right there.
It was part of the celly.
That's awesome.
He had a plan, and he used it.
He sure did.
I love it. Deserves another look.
Yes, yes.
Meanwhile, it's a 2-run lead. And Osborn trying to get back on top. They've lost in back-to-back years to this Academy of America team. They're trying to have it their way tonight.
Yes, they are.
Strike called. Woods pumped it in on the outside corner.
Yeah, these guys got to know Woods a strike thrower, man. You got to come up there ready to hit and swing that bat, get it off your shoulder. This is the big-time game. There's no time to walk. We got to swing our way on. Let's go.
Yep. Missed it outside. The pitch by Woods, and that's going to be a walk. And that's a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up the ever-dangerous Fabian Hernandez. There you look inside the Tigers dugout, and they're used to winning this game, Jay.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And for that reason alone, you can't give them any hope. If you're Osborn, you got to stay in control, and 2-out walks is not a recipe for something special. It's a recipe for disaster.
Yep. Hernandez, the senior, against the senior Adolphus Woods, the Madonna commit. Back-to-back 2-time Gold Division champions. 13 All-City players in 3 years. Strike called.
Okay.
And
that's right down the middle.
Hernandez didn't like that one.
No, Hernandez, you got to be licking your chops at that one. You got to have that high leg kick, and you got to hit it over the center fielder's head.
Got to check the eye prescription. Swing and a miss.
So here's another thing that you tell young hitters, right? You got to step straight towards the pitcher. You step in the bucket, your body pulls out, and it's just a recipe for disaster right there.
Pitch is just outside the zone, Jay.
Yeah, it was a tough pitch to lay off, especially after you just swung at that one.
Yep. Looking for an extra base hit here. Inside corner, strike called. Hernandez doesn't love it. It ends the inning. A confident walk off the mound in a brisk fashion from the stud pitcher Adolphus Woods. We go to the top of the 7th in a 2-run game.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
My time to shine. Let's go. He got it. Splash.
And that will put some dogs on it.
each other. The dunks were happening. Just a good time.
So the Knights will try to add to their 2-run lead in their final at bat, perhaps in Comerica Park this year. They'll have a chance with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up. This is Adolphus Woods, who's been on the mound, and he's been the difference maker today, Jay, for the Knights in securing this lead.
Yes, he has. He's a strong arm coming in out of the pen, and I think this is kind of a little reverse psychology, if you will. There he is.
Line shot to left center. That's going to get up the gap. Woods is going to run for days. He'll round second. He'll head for third. There will be no throw. He's going to keep going home. Here comes the throw to the plate. Not in time. Adolphus Woods, an inside the park home run. And it's now 6-3, the Osborn Knights.
Well, I tell you, Chad, that was an conventional home run right there. Poe didn't even, the shortstop had the ball right there behind the dirt, and he just sent him.
Aggressive base
running.
running.
Oh, my God, to say the least.
It was hit hard now, but the chase down and the gap and no chance to get the speedy Woods.
Wow.
And yeah, they knew what they were doing.
That
Here's
was
another look.
awesome, man.
Not even a thought.
Shortstop had the ball right there. He didn't even hold him up one time.
Oh, that's some trust.
Wow.
And it worked. Why not?
He's like, you got thoroughbreds. You better use them.
That's it. That's it.
I love it.
What a day for Woods. Now a double and a home run. He has both hits for the Knights. 6 runs on 2 hits.
Doing it all himself.
Yes.
I told you he's an athlete there, Chad.
He did it all. Did it all. And that is a K on the outside corner. Out on strikes is Amir Christian. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Joshua Williams.
Yeah, he's got to do a better job of swinging the bat in that situation.
Wind starting to whip a bit. That ball is fouled off down the right field line.
I think.
Wind starting to whip. Don't want to lose that spoon, though.
No, not at all. That's valuable.
It's like losing
commodity.
gold. Keep that thing right there. Pitches outside.
See, as you could see a lot of times, and especially as you can see as he starts to get a little bit tired, Santa is his body's like falling to his arm, to his glove side, and he's leaving his arm out, right, which he can't stay in line there.
How do you correct something like that?
It's just constantly mechanical, just going over it and over it. It's practices, it's bullpens, it's dry work, it's really staying in line, it's mirror work. See, now there he stays in line. See, every time he stays in line, he throws the ball over the plate.
Ground ball to second, and the throw to first is handled by Hernandez. So fine play by Cruz Gutierrez. 2 are out, and that'll leave things up to Daniel Conway, the first baseman. Here's another look at the ground out to second. So Joshua Williams is out, and the final hope is Conway, and that hits him. That hit Conway on the pants.
And Conway was like, what?
Yeah, he didn't even feel it. He didn't flinch.
He sure didn't.
So what, it got me? So that'll give a chance for Marco Willingham. With 2 outs here in the 7th inning. 7 innings is what they play. Osborn's been able to put up runs in 3 straight innings to put themselves in position to perhaps get themselves a PSL title. A lot of firsts this year knocking off Martin Luther King, knocking off Southfield. And now this could be their first championship since 22. Strike called. Well placed.
Yeah.
To Marco Willingham off the hot arm of Kenny Carrasco Santa, the freshman.
Yeah, Poe right here now is like he's like take to get a strike. He's like, make this kid those consistent strikes, and we got the lead. Let's keep making him throw pitches. Because he had no intent on swinging at the ball prior to the last pitch.
Right. Squares again, and that's taken for a strike. Nice slider by Carrasco Santa. A lot of underclassmen for Academy of Americas. It'll be around for a long time.
Yes, they will.
Carrasco Santa, a freshman. Perez Mata, who had that RBI double, a freshman. The sophomore Tobio. There goes the runner. Doesn't matter. Strike 3, inning over. So, 3 outs to work with for the Tigers to try to come back. They trail by 3. It won't be easy against Woods.
No, it won't.
Here comes the 7th and the finale right after this.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
There you see inside the Tigers dugout looking for some magic. There's been a lot of magic in this Comerica Park this year by the home team Tigers. Can the Academy of the Americas, in their 8th year, find a little magic here? And they'll start with a guy that they've counted on this year at the top of the lineup in Javier De La Rosa, the center fielder. Started the game as a shortstop and now in at center field, and he'll face Adolphus Woods. And the first pitch is a bit high. The emotions right now, Jay, have to be real high for this Osborn team.
Absolutely. And Adolphus was going to have to take a deep breath and not try to overthrow. There you go, and get right back into this. And he has to eliminate walks. You have to go right at these guys and make them earn it and dominate the strike zone like you've been doing all day. But he's cool, man. He's cool as a cucumber. He's been in these situations before. He's one of the top athletes in the PSL and plays 3 sports. Just one heck of an athlete.
Showing off here, bouncing back with 2 quick strikes. The Detroit Western Cowboys have entered the building. They will take on Cass Tech Soon enough, there they are. Los Vasqueros. Swing and a miss. Out on strikes, one down, and it's a big one in the leadoff man, De La Rosa. So Woods going right at the leadoff man with high outside. Beautiful pitch. Staying away.
Yeah, again, a steady of fastballs. Look, he's stepping right, he's ducking right over the plate, man. That ball's hit him in the head. It's still going to be a strike.
The Dolphins Woods dropping a hammer. It's not even fair.
No.
Cruz Gutierrez ducking out of the way.
But you see, man, he's really close, and if the umpire can see that, again, he's stepping right on the plate.
Yeah.
It's very hard for him to hit anything middle in because he's making that pitch now inside. You know, the outside pitch is an inside pitch, right? So if it's an inside pitch or a middle pitch, that's inside, way inside. So he's never going to swing at that.
But you're right. If he makes contact, he's touching the plate.
Yeah.
That's an out.
Automatic.
Automatic. And he's doing it every time. Strike called there. A beautiful pitch by Adolphus Woods, who's been such a big part of this Osborn advantage today.
He's feeling it too, man. You could tell his body language.
Outside corner, and David Turner, the home plate umpire, almost rung him up.
And it's actually it's really hard for him to see it too on the outside because the hitter is stepping right over in his way because he's lined up inside.
Yeah,
and he's stepping right there.
He walked him.
Man.
How about it? Woods walks Gutierrez. Credit to Gutierrez for battling back.
Man, big time.
Drawing the walk. And that'll bring up the dangerous Alonso Hernandez, who's done nothing but line out today. Except for in his last at bat. But it's the guy you want up if you're AOA. Outside corner, beautifully located strike.
Yeah, he is really going after that outside pitch, man. He's dominating that outside zone. And the umpire's giving it to him. He keep working it. I wouldn't go anywhere else either.
Runner goes, throw down to second, and not in time. It's a stolen base for Gutierrez, and it stays out of some trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. I just let him go around the bases if I was him, and I tell the Dolphins if you wanted to pitch from the windup, go right ahead. We're not worried about no runner.
Yeah.
That run doesn't mean anything right now.
Yeah.
Just whatever you're comfortable at. Don't even look at him. Let's go to work.
Got him with the 0-2 pitch. Foul tipped into the glove. Strike three. He's out. So 2 outs, and that will leave it up to number 15, Journey Molina Mendoza. As we get another look, the strikeout for Woods, who's just been dominant in this game. There's a fly ball to right. Should be handled by the right fielder, Marco Willingham, and it is. Ball game over. And Osborn has snapped the 2-year win streak of the Academy of the Americas. Let the celebration begin for the east side of Detroit's finest, the Osborn Knights, #1 in the PSL Gold Division on this fine Detroit evening. Oh, the praise and the raise of Marco Willingham, who recorded the final out. It's been 2 long years with the title going to the southwest side of Detroit, to the great Academy of the Americas, who had a lead in this game 1-0. But then Osborn, with 2 runs in the third, would never look back and would pull away with 4 runs in the final 3 innings to take a 6-3 victory in the ball game. Adolphus Woods is our G of the game. He had that hard hit to shortstop that was an error, but it did score a run. He had the double, and he had a home run, and he did the final duty on the mound, closing the game out and shutting down the Tigers in this game. We'll take a brief timeout. We'll come back. We'll have some highlights, some stats, and the presentation of the trophy along with the presentation of the G of the game. We're back to Comerica Park. The PSL champions belong on the east side of Detroit. It's the Osborn Knights, 6-3 winners. Back on the prep right after this.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
So the Knights of Detroit Osborn win this game 6-3. As you see, the Knights getting their trophy and their team photo. Adolphus Woods will soon get his G of the Game hat from Jay Alexander. There's the trophy presentation. Trophy the Knights have been hungry for since 3 years ago when they last claimed the PSL gold title. And what an honor for their head coach as well, Keith Poe, in his 13th year, as the Knights now go to 24-4 overall and 18-3. And there he is. There he is. Adolphus Woods, our G of the game, Jay Alexander presenting. And we appreciate what he did today. How about a home run, a double, and he got the save in this game as well. So there it is. Adolphus Woods, congratulations. Headed to Madonna for football, multi-sport athlete. And we appreciate that very much. Let's get to some highlights of this ball game. This was a game at which it started with a Tiger lead, 1-0. They got out of the gate in the bottom half of the second before Osborn would come back, and that was some defense there by Molina Mendoza. But this was the hit that did it. Down the line, it would score a run. But this was the Adolphus Woods grounder to short that got through. That would tie the game at 2. And then back in the third to tie it, the Tigers would come back. And then Adolphus Woods on a tough play by the center fielder, De La Rosa, would come around and score on the double. There were a lot of pass balls, wild pitches. The Knights had 2 hits. They would score 6 runs from them. And then the Tigers would come in the 5th and get a run. but not enough, as Osborn would add another in the 6th, would add another in the 7th, and this man Woods on the mound, yeah, this man Woods can run too. He found a gap, and he ran for days. Keith Poe sent him home, an inside-the-park home run for Woods, and then things would end here in the fly to right. And Marco Willingham would celebrate with his teammates, and Osborn would win the title here today. I want to thank all the great folks for making this broadcast possible. Jay Alexander on color commentary, Mike Batchis on audio, Rob Hunter on graphics, Evan Westfall on replay, Alex Westfall, your executive producer, Brad the Boss Ross on camera 1, Kyle Buchanan on camera 2. And Seth Palmenter on camera 3. My name's Chad Bush. Thanks so much for watching. Game 2 comes your way in about 32 minutes. Stick around to theprepsports.com. It'll be on a separate link, but this one was a doozy. And the Gold Division PSL Championship in Comerica Park goes to the Osborn Knights. Thanks so much for watching. Your final score once again, Osborn Knights 6, Academy of the Americas 3. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you in about 30 minutes from Comerica Park. So long.